welcome to a random episode. I won't technically call it an episode realistically, but hi, how's it going? So, a long time ago in the galaxy here, myself, Brendan, Dave, and Randy actually had a quickie conversation. It was partial over Discord while we were playing a game and everything like that sense about who's invited to the cookout.
Oh my god. We're starting this now.
Yeah, we're starting this now.
Yes.
So, for those of you
God.
questioning what is the cookout, I'm going to explain that after I explain that
please.
Dave is currently not here. Instead, we have one of our other friends, our newer friends, Bushmaster69, I'm assuming it's the numbers?
Bushmaster69 is here. Used to have a Y, no longer has a Y. You get it. My name is Corey. You guys can call me Corey too. That's way easier.
Cool. Sick. We love Corey.
Yeah.
Corey works. Alright, so for starters, I have to mention two things. Number one, myself and Brendan are African American. So, we...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know, right? Shocking. I don't sound like it at all. There's that, as well as, like, generally every time I say something, I will immediately go to Brendan and say, do you agree or not? And kind of have his opinion first, because we're both African American. So it's one of those things.
Yes, sir,
and
yes, sir.
then we will ask.
You keep throwing that word around. Anyway.
I don't think you know what that means.
What does that mean? What is that?
Inconceivable.
So anyway, so explaining the rules of the actual cookout, the cookout itself. Basically, the cookout is a black tradition where a bunch of black people, whatever, get together. Usually go to like grandma and grandpa's house or whatever.
A block party style thing.
It's a block party style thing, but it's mostly with your family. And then you also can invite people that are outside of your family, whatever, to the cookout itself. It is considered a high honor. It's really weird to say that. Just trust me, it is. To actually be invited straight up, or actually being brought as a +1 or whatever. We are doing a Marvel's Rivals version of that. In front of me, you guys can't see this obviously, but you'll see it in the actual video when you actually watch it, Randall. In front of me, I actually have, and you guys can also see as well in the audience, there are 4 categories. Those categories are, in this particular order, invited but not going, the +1, not invited. In the invited category, I just took the liberty of immediately putting all the black characters inside the game, which means Black Panther is already invited, Storm is already invited, Blade is already invited, Cloak is already invited, and he brought his wife Dagger. Side note, if you're married to a black person and the black person invited to cook out, by default, you are not a +1, you are going. It's not a
so you don't count as a +1.
No, you don't count as +1. You're married. You're going.
If you're paying taxes,
yeah, you're going.
Listen, so there is, I'm trying to remember where exactly it is. So in one issue of Sam Wilson Captain America, there is a cookout.
there it is.
Like there literally
There it is. There it is. Full stop.
Like there's
Full stop.
actually a cookout. Like there's a picture of it and everything. Meaning
There it
meaning once we get into the meat and potatoes of this list, there's already one character that's by default invited to the cookout because he was literally invited to the cookout.
Explain invited, but explain the category. We obviously know what invited means.
So invited, basically, like I said, it basically means in which case that at one point, someone who, like Sam Wilson said, hey, yo, like BP or whatever, I'm having a cookout at my place or whatever, you should come over, bring the kids, bring out, bring a few people, whatever, you'd be good. And then Black Panther's just like, all right, well, can I invite some people? Oh, yeah, of course, you can invite some people. It's cool. So then BP went to his previous wife, Storm's like, hey, I'm having a cookout, whatever, or Wilson's having a cookout, I'm inviting you, let's go. She then goes to Blade. Blade then tells, Cloak or whatever. Cloak's just like, hey, yo, babe, we going. That's kind of just invited. It's one of those things, it's a whisper down the lane type of system where you can invite as many people as you want. Similar to like a Discord group, how our group started, where originally it was
if
like,
someone causes trouble, they look to who invited you, and they kick it up the notch.
Yes. So if someone's
You brought that person.
Yeah, if someone's causing trouble, both the person causing trouble and the one who invited them are both kicked out. That's how that works.
Dagger put the raisins in the potatoes.
You know damn well Cloak is not letting Dagger cook. You know damn well.
Nah, Tandy would never do that. But that just the image of Tandy asking to put raisins in potato salad and Cloak giving her a stank face. Like, madam, what?
So, invited but not going indicates in which case that an invitation was given to them, either in person or DM'd or something like that, whatever. They were offered, they thought about it, they considered their options, they said, you know what? Yeah, but thank you for the invitation. It's not necessarily like a malicious thing, like, like, ah, man, F them type deal. No, it's more or less just like I wouldn't necessarily feel 100% comfortable
I'm
going.
already going to Costco that day. I'm not going to make it in time.
That's the thing. If you're invited to a cookout, you don't have to make up any excuse if you're not going. You just say, hey, man, I'm not going to make it. Like, that's it. That's all you got to say, and then we're cool. That's fine. Which is the reason why I put Peter Parker's Spider-Man in that category. So, Peter, he's cool with Miles Morales.
Because he can't afford to bring anything.
All right, here's the thing. You don't technically need to bring anything. At the same time, don't be the first one to make a plate type shit. Spider-Man Peter Parker, he is cool with other black people. Case in point, Miles Morales. Now, if Miles was in the game, Miles would be going 100%. There's no questioning that. I don't see Peter Parker being cool around that many black people at one point in time.
Socially awkward type of stage or something.
Yeah.
He's kind of a socially awkward guy though, right? So I feel like picnics and like cookouts and stuff aren't really his thing anyway.
Brendan, thoughts on Peter Parker invited but not going?
While I do agree with you on the idea that Peter Parker being in a room with that many black people at one time is like, okay, we really put Peter around this many brothers and sisters at once. But at the same time, because of the people that are there, I feel like they would I feel like this would be a situation where he would be invited and he would go just because, oh, this is a gathering with all of my friends. He wouldn't view it as a cookout. He wouldn't view it as
he'd feel compelled to go.
Right. It's like, I'm not going to a gathering full of African Americans. I'm going to hang out with a group of my friends, and I'm honored that they want me to go.
He does look up to like the other heroes and stuff a lot, so.
Right, and then the other heroes all love him. Like, even the people that find Spider-Man the most annoying, at least respect him to some degree.
Pete would feel too uncomfortable with the fact that he would let them down by not going.
Like Black Panther love him some Spider-Man. Black Panther loves him. He really does.
That's
like,
in my head canon, Black Panther's the one who actually invited him. And then that's when Mike's just like, no.
Any opportunity that T'Challa gets to gas up Peter Parker, he does it on a consistent basis.
He's like, yo, I love Peter. That's my boy. They're like, are we inviting Peter?
He's like, you all right, white boy? You all right?
The plus one. So the plus one is someone in which case that they themselves were not invited. However... they are coming with someone who was invited. The not invited, this one is just self-explanatory. They are not invited. If they show up, the police will be called after the guns have drawn. You are not welcome here.
Adam Warlock.
I actually put Ultron.
Well, I was going no one's inviting that clanker to
oh my god!
Wow, the hard.
No one wanted that. No one wanted that tin skin at the cookout.
Ain't nobody inviting that clanker to the cookout.
I mean,
the hard R. My God, you're gonna get demonetized.
Yeah, but let's be real.
I'm
like,
not
Ultron,
inviting that shiny chrome dome.
Ultron is speciesist, straight up. Like, he hates all humans. That's. No, we're good, actually. So, yeah, the non-invited category right now currently has Ultron. It will be filling up with a few other people that are on this list, obviously. But
so how are we going about this? Are we going alphabetical order? Like, what's the order?
Well, like I said, right now, I kind of have the tier list or whatever, so they have it as a kind of a jumbled order, which I'm kind of just digging with because that just works out for me personally. But, so here's my first controversy one. Going back to my plus one, in this... I put Penny Parker. And the reason why she's a plus one is because she's being brought by the person who was invited, Captain America.
Wait, you think Cat would bring Penny?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I
feel like they don't interact like that.
You think Steve Rogers is picking Penny Parker as his plus one?
No, Steve is picking Bucky because Bucky knows T'Challa.
Well, yeah, but the question is, I'm assuming that Bucky's already invited.
All right. If she's a plus one from anybody, it's a plus one for Peter, right?
I mean, honestly, yeah.
But a +1 can't go. All right, I'm just gonna put Peter Parker and invited.
Then
We're just gonna do that. We're just
To
gonna
be
Hold on.
honest, and
Hold on.
even
hold
though
on.
he's
Hold on. Invited but not going. Sure.
If
Is
you're
there a
not
world?
going, your
Is there
+1
a
cannot
world?
show up. No, that's not how that works.
That is entirely how I see this working out.
That's
That
not how
Penny-
this works.
That Penny read Peter's text the wrong way.
And she just
So
showed
we're-
up, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not there."
So this is a cookout list specifically for the characters of Marvel Rivals, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so going off of that logic, that means if Peter, like, even if we took into account that Peter, like, even if we stuck in a world where Peter is still in the invited but not going category, that still means that Penny would just be Miles's +1.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was gonna say, if anything, if it was Miles.
But the
like,
issue is
that would
Miles
make-
isn't in Marvel Rivals, and I don't see anyone else but Captain America invited.
Wow.
Penny.
So you're just trying to squeeze in Penny
Well, here's the thing.
in anything that wasn't not invited?
Kind of, sort of, because like I don't think Penny would be. All right, at this point, we're just gonna start the tier list. I don't think Penny would actually be straight invited. I don't think.
No, she wouldn't.
Which means,
At
and
all.
I don't think that she would be not invited.
No,
Which
she,
means-
not from she wouldn't be uninvited from Malice, but there'd be no reason to invite her.
But that's the reason why she'd be someone's +1.
Well,
I
who?
feel like she'd be so bored though too, because she's so much younger. Like,
That I got nothing
You
for.
said this. No.
I'm
of
gonna throw
Rivals
Penny
characters.
back into the soup that is the entirety of the cast. We are gonna get to her at
Sure.
the end, and we are gonna place her
Sure.
in one of these categories. Okay, let's start this off. Adam Warlock, where are we placing him? I'm personally placing him
Not invited.
and not invited. Brendan,
easiest grand
That's
slam
fine.
yeah,
dunk
not
of the night.
invited.
So then, as I said previously,
So
no one's
Angela,
inviting that fucking planker. but no,
So-
it's
Angela.
but no. So it's a completely different. Adam, like, nobody there would interact with Adam.
Yeah.
Adam doesn't
Yeah.
interact
No.
with anybody there. There's no reason
He
for
doesn't
anybody
care.
to invite.
They don't care.
It'd be pointless for him
What
to
are we
be
doing
there.
here?
moving on. Black Widow.
Black Widow, I could see getting
As
invited and not
Caps,
going.
as Caps.
I was about to say maybe not going.
I
Yeah,
could see
like
her
invited
as
but not
Caps.
going.
I could see her as Caps +1.
I guess here's Hawkeye's +1 more than anything else, but I don't think Hawkeye's invited.
That would
I don't
imply
think
that Hawkeye's being invited.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think Hawkeye gets invited.
I think
Yeah, no,
invited but not going.
So invited but not going?
I say at best she's Caps +1. At best.
I see your Caps +1 and raise you Bucky's +1.
Yeah.
So let's go with the most likely then. Widow's +1. Bucky is invited. Can we all agree on that?
I can agree on that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my Bucky Black Widow shipping heart will never let that go, and the Mrs.
Dude,
Barneskin
new-
continues to validate me.
The next character, and this is gonna hurt my soul.
No, he's not.
Bruce
He's not
Banner,
invited.
aka the Hulk.
He's not invited. Not out of malice.
Okay, but
just
here's
not
the thing.
invited.
But here's the thing.
No. The thing's later in the list.
Yes, he is. I kind of want to talk about Banner and Thor in the same context because if Thor's
They're
there,
Not out of malice.
yeah, but if Thor's there, because Thor's probably going to be invited. Like it's Thor.
What makes you think Thor's invited?
What makes you think Thor's not invited? It's fucking Thor.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I don't think Thor would go.
No.
It's a party.
Brendan?
Why wouldn't you go?
I'm not saying it's a party. Why would he go?
I think Sam Wilson would have the foresight to not invite Thor just for the safety of everyone at the block party.
Thor
But Sam
is
Wilson
good
is also
people.
an Avenger. Sam Wilson is also
Yeah.
an Avenger alongside Thor, whether it's Jane
Yeah.
Foster or Odin's son.
Black Panther would invite Thor. Aurora would invite Thor. Bucky would
No,
invite
they wouldn't.
Thor.
Wait,
Captain
no,
America
hold on.
would
Full
invite
stop.
Thor.
Full stop. Aurora would not invite Thor. Black Panther would not invite Thor.
Wait, what makes you think a royal wouldn't invite another royal to a party? It's literally just respect among kings. Why would he not invite him?
They don't have
Fair
a
point,
personal
fair point.
relationship.
You don't need a personal relationship to invite someone to a cookout. That's how you
They
build a
literally-
personal relationship.
Thor and T'Challa do have they've literally talked on several occasions about the weariness of being kings. They're some of the only people that they can talk to each other about that.
my god.
Fuck with each other, they do.
I'm throwing Thor into invited. There's no way. I will put Hulk into not invited though. I'll give you that.
That's
Because Hulk,
Hulk
would
is-
cause problems. Thor
No,
isn't
Hulk
causing
isn't that-
problems.
No,
and
Hulk
the
is
fact you
1,000%
think that
fine.
Thor wouldn't cause problems.
He wouldn't.
No, because Thor has some level of self-control. Once Hulk is out, it's a wrap.
Let's also put Loki in not invited because it's Loki.
Oh no, sure as
I
shit.
feel
I'm
like
not
that
inviting that. I'm not
speaks for
inviting that motherfucker. I'm not inviting him to the cookout. Next thing
What
I
if
know,
Thor
my horse is
What
missing.
if
I'm not
Thor
inviting him
makes
to the
Loki
cookout.
the +1?
As we've previously established, if Thor makes Loki his +1 and Loki's on some shit, Thor is
Yeah.
automatically uninvited alongside his
Say,
brother.
yeah.
And boom, there's a new 6-comic miniseries. Yes.
Can I throw this out there as another optional outside of Loki as being Thor's +1? Do you think Rocket would be Thor's +1 in a possibility?
No.
They are cool together, but I would assume that
No.
Peter Quill would bring Rocket.
Yeah, I don't
Or-
think Thor. Like, I know we're looking at yeah. Even if we were looking at the MCU, I don't think Thor is cool enough with Rocket to where he would make him his +1 over several other people.
Or like
Not as
let's-
close as the others that are like
yeah,
close to
because
him,
there's
right?
like Mantis, there's
Yeah.
like Groot, there's like yeah.
Hold on. Did we go through Angela already?
No, but I guess
No.
we can do Angela.
No.
Thoughts on
then-
Angela?
Angela is not getting
Is
invited. to this
Angela
cookout.
is Angela Thor's +1?
No.
No,
Why not?
because
'Cause she's a
Angela and Thor
crash
do not
out?
have a good enough. Not even just that, they're blood and can't fucking stand each other.
Yeah.
Thor and Angela barely talk, and then whenever they do, it's always beef. I don't see a reason why Thor would bring his sister to this.
Also, would Angela even want to be there, really?
No, Angela would want
That's
to
also
dip.
Like,
true.
it doesn't.
That's
It doesn't seem like the type of thing she goes. Like, she doesn't like to just kind of stand around. I feel
The
like
second she sees a man, she's gone.
she's like, oh, it stinks
on,
like men in
that
here,
does-
and then flies off.
Captain America, invited, yeah?
Oh
We
yeah.
already know he was invited.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we don't have to talk. On the opposite side of things, Moon Knight.
How did we skip over like 17 people?
I told you, I'm just picking shit at this point. Honestly,
No,
I feel
he's
like-
too strange.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Look, you gotta think of the kids.
Yeah, but he cleans
too
up.
unpredictable.
Okay. He has a kid. He cleans up real nice when he wants to, and he can be cordial.
Once,
Aaron,
One to
let's
two.
keep it 1,000. There is only one person at this cookout who is going to even debate inviting him, and then after he debates it, he's gonna look at Jessica. She's gonna shake her head. He's gonna be like, "You're right. Let me not do that."
All right, so Moon Knight not invited. Easy pick. Fine. Jeff the Landshark, I'm putting in invited. I don't care what Brendan says.
we're skipping over the entire D section.
Yeah, I'm just picking stuff. That's how that's working out. Gotta keep you on your toes.
We were
I
going
feel
down the
like-
line.
I feel like since there's an emoji about Jeff
I
getting,
was waiting on Dr.
a
Strange
blade
getting
from
invited.
Blade, you can't really argue with Jeff being there. So
What we're not doing is acting like Jeff doesn't have a whole MVP of him running through a goddamn carnival on his own, eating the universe. I'm not inviting that
Yeah,
hungry
no.
to my
Okay,
cookout.
okay, but
No.
Jeff is good people.
You'd
Jeff
be
is good
safer.
people.
You'd be safer inviting the Hulk.
Oh,
No,
God,
you wouldn't. No, you
I
wouldn't.
do, because at least I have Banner to attempt to keep that motherfucker in check. I'm not being held responsible for a shark
Especially.
eating my
especially-
rib. I will go to
especially-
jail.
Hold on. Point of order. Follow me on this. Is Hawkeye invited?
no,
Then you're safer with Hulk.
Because if we're looking at strictly people that are in
Uh-huh.
Marvel Rivals, the
Go
only
ahead.
person that can rein Jeff in are
Is Kate
Hawkeye.
Bishop. No,
is-
Kate Bishop.
Yeah, right. Kate Bishop in general can. Like, if we're going in the bigger picture, yes, Kate Bishop can.
I mean,
and
bigger
Gwenpool can.
picture, it's
But if we're talking
Gwenpool, because
about
that's literally
in-
her shark.
Which character in Rivals do you think Jeff would have the most association with?
Yes, Hawkeye. But
Uh-huh.
okay. All right. I've moved him down to not invited because
He could be MS plus one.
he could be MS plus one.
Oh my god.
That would work as far as she could be the one
And she
watching him,
loves
like,
Jeff.
You know.
As a wait,
Yeah,
as a
she would
plus
definitely,
one, Yep, and as a +1, Emma would take full responsibility for all damages, which she would pay with a snap of
Yeah.
her fingers.
There you
counter
go.
argument.
I
Do you
still
really
think the cookout would be safer with Hulk than with Jeff.
No, I completely agree. But my counter argument to Emma being Jeff's +1 is: do you really think that Emma is going to sully herself by going to a small time cookout
Or-
outdoors?
Is Emma even invited?
Yes.
That's a hard question mark I heard after that.
Depends on how many mutants are there. I'm not gonna lie to
Brendan,
Only
make
two
the,
of them.
make the argument.
Only 2 mutants that would be there that matter enough to care to
Whoa,
invite Emma.
they're not mutants.
Oh my gosh.
No, he's not talking about Cloak and Dagger.
Oh,
No, I'm not talking about Cloak. I'm talking about Aurora and Bishop. Those are the only 2 that could potentially be there
Ooh.
that would care enough to invite Emma, and I don't think that they're using their +1 for
No.
Emma or
Nope.
inviting her. And even
Also,
if
Bishop doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And even if they do invite Emma, like I said, Emma is not going to a small time cookout outside with a bunch of people that she would consider riffraff for
Yeah.
no good reason.
Okay, so
She's not
we'll
going.
so then we'll put
So
Emma.
there's no
we'll
good
put Emma
reason.
in invited but not going.
No.
I don't want to put her in not invited.
Also, that
even-
establishes that there's no good reason for Jeff to be there.
oh yeah,
Okay, yeah, sure.
that was Jeff's in. It was Emma Frost. Well, no, I'm still hellbent that Emma deserves like invited but not going because I agree
No.
with I agree with Brendan.
He just
in the fact,
established.
yes, that
he just
she
agreed.
wouldn't go, but I still think that she
No.
would be invited.
That is
No.
true.
He established that Storm is the only one that might, hard caps lock, might invite Emma, but wouldn't.
Emma and Magneto, who were both ex-villains, I don't care how much better you're getting. There's a certain group of people that are gonna look at Magneto in the room and be like, "Why did you bring this guy?"
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't.
Oh,
I feel like
man.
Magneto's not invited.
Yeah, Magneto's not
Oh,
invited.
no,
That,
no, no.
I already moved it up. Magneto's definitely not invited. I've moved Emma from invited but not going to just straight not invited, and Jeff obviously is not invited
Yeah.
because that his in was Emma Frost.
Okay.
Keep that little bitch away from my food.
So can we knock out the last 2 names on the first page of the heroes page?
Let's
Can we?
talk about Doctor Stephen Strange. Invited.
And Groot.
Doctor Strange first. Invited.
I could see him. I could see him there. I could see him not there.
I could
I
see
could
him
see him
invited but
there.
not going. Honestly.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, he's got too many other
Yeah.
things to do.
Yeah, I
He's
100%.
he's very socially awkward.
Yeah, I could 100% see him as invited and not going. It's like, I
Wait,
can't walk
wait,
away from the
wait.
sanctum.
Yeah.
Here's a fun question: who's the one that invited him?
That doesn't really matter. Probably Captain America, honestly. Like, I feel like Cap would just, like, as soon as Cap's invited, he would just put out, like,
Whoa.
a mass DM to everyone.
But I thought wasn't Cap inviting someone else?
Yeah.
So if we're looking at the logic of they're invited, like if we're strictly making it the black people are inviting the non-black people to the cookout. The only
that
people
is
on-
a rabbit
the
hole we're gonna have
only-
to go down.
the only people on the docket that would actually invite Doctor Strange are probably Sam and Black
Yeah.
Panther because Avengers. So Black Panther, as crazy as Black Panther is one of those characters that has talked to a lot of these people one-on-one.
All right. Yes, he's in everything.
so
Yeah.
He basically is an everyman. He
I
basically
know,
is.
I know. But it gets look. The logic gets so thin the more you go down it.
Well, no, because depending on the characters, like for example, Scarlet Witch and Thor don't talk for shit. They truly don't.
Yeah.
But Black
Yeah,
Panther
why
has
would they?
genuinely gone out. Right. But Black Panther genuinely has connections or has talked to damn near everybody. Obviously, there are select few people that he hasn't. Like, Black Panther and Janet Van Dyne don't have anything to fucking talk about. They don't communicate at all.
I still don't think he and Scarlet Witch have anything to talk about.
They don't.
Yeah.
So that's my point.
Speaking of not talking, let's talk about the tree. Groot.
The tree.
Groot's invited. Rocket's the first one.
At best, Rocket's invited. Groot is the +1. That's how Groot gets there.
I feel like I would reverse
anything.
that, honestly. Like Rocket.
But do you think Rocket would be invited over Groot? I feel like Groot would be the first one invited.
Yeah, Groot's definitely invited. And I'm
No,
gonna.
I think
feel like
Rocket's
Rocket's less likable though amongst the.
If we're going with like just like who likes like likableness, Groot is definitely more
Really?
likable than Rocket.
I would think so.
All right.
Rocket's like a little
Would
asshole.
I?
Like he's a funny little
Would I?
asshole. But
Really?
he's still a little asshole.
Clearly, I'm out of touch here, but all right.
Yeah.
What I think is funny is the fact that any of the Guardians being invited is already a toss-up because I feel like the only reason any of the Guardians of the Galaxy would get there at all is by proxy from War Machine to Carol, who would then go to them. That's the only way they're getting here. Because nobody here is going out of their way to, on an individual level, invite the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're not.
Yeah.
We could just say that they're all there visiting Star-Lord's home.
Blade is
How
just
the
like,
invite?
oh yeah.
How
How the invite
how
happens
the
doesn't
invite
really matter.
happens?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's does the invite happen?
That being
Well,
said,
If we're going on that basis, I don't see why any of the characters would invite the Guardians to the cookout.
because of Groot. Like Groot's cool. Groot's great with kids.
I feel
Yes,
like they
I-
would want him there because he'd be chilling.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, Groot is cool. I do like Groot. I think
I
Groot
still
is
think
cool.
I
Would
still
Miles
think Rocket.
Morales? Would Miles Morales have any reason to invite Groot?
Because it's
Well,
cool.
Miles doesn't exist in this universe.
Since we made it Sam Wilson's cookout, but now we're talking about the other people here.
Just so that he's hosting. All right.
God damn it! My own argument just bit myself in the ass. Black Panther would probably invite the Guardians
Yeah.
because
Invite
of the
Mantis.
intergalactic nation of Wakanda. God
Yeah,
fucking
there you go. Honestly, which then begs the question: are all of the Guardians just straight invited?
I feel like Black Panther would invite them all as a collective.
Yeah, I feel like they would count as like one unit. Like
He would.
as a
He
group.
would.
All right. Let's talk about the other sniper in the game, Hawkeye.
Hela.
I was,
Oh, Hellkai's not. We already established. he's not
Hela's not invited. Done and dusted. Hawkeye.
invited. Not invited.
Also not invited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
just-
thinking they're not invited.
Just nope.
Tony Stark.
No.
I'm thinking invited but not going. Kind of for the same
Just
reasons.
flat
Ant-Man.
out.
How about invited with the understanding that he's not going to go?
What were you gonna say, Brendan?
Are we locking in that Sam Wilson is hosting this?
No. I look honestly.
I
offered it.
It-
I offered it as someone who's not currently in Rivals that would have connections to everyone in Rivals. It's kind of like how if Galacta, but Galacta would never host the cookout. Galacta would never host a cookout. So
I don't know.
we need
she's
someone that we
hosting
could
Times Square
relate to
shit.
that. It was
No, like-
convenient. All right.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But what I'm saying, no.
Like,
Just-
would you rather Power Man host the cookout?
Even if he hosts the cookout, the answer is Tony not coming.
I mean, if
No,
Luke
but
Cage,
if Power Man,
if Luke-
but if Power Man hosts the cookout, Iron Fist,
here's
not this Iron Fist,
if
not
Luke-
this Iron Fist.
if Luke Cage
Oh, no,
is
you're right.
hosting this cookout, half the people we invited ain't coming. Like, let's get real.
No fact.
Like, let's get real. Like,
Big fact.
man is from like Harlem and shit. Like, he is going like full blown. Yo, if your skin color does not match this line, you ain't coming
Yo,
in.
yo,
Like the only,
Does
honestly,
Power
Pat
Man-
might be the only person getting the pass, and that's a
Does Power-
hard maybe.
hold on,
A
hold on.
hard maybe.
Does Power Man invite Namor?
No,
Absolutely not.
Namor's a racist.
Absolutely
What?
not.
In fact, I'm gonna skip Namor, not invited to this cookout. Like, cause no.
feel like I feel like that one's kind of
Yeah,
First
no.
of all, it
No.
don't matter which. It don't matter which version of it is. It don't matter if it's
Yeah.
Namor. It don't matter if it's the Submariner. It don't matter if it's Namor. He not getting invited to this
Yeah,
cookout.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
So Iron Man invited, not going. Human Torch, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I guess we do the Fantastic. All right, so we're going to do the Fantastic Four. I'm okay with splitting them
We
up.
could just keep going down the line. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was going to do the whole Fantastic Four because right here. I'm going to give my opinion on the Fantastic Four, then we can kind of talk about it, and everyone else can give their opinions as well. My theory: Sue Storm's invited, Reed's invited but not going, Thing is invited, Johnny's a +1 for Sue Storm.
Okay.
I believe that. Yeah.
I like
Moving on.
that.
In my case, so you remember what I said about Spider-Man earlier?
Yeah,
I kind of feel like they would look at the Fantastic Four the same way. Just that deep-rooted level of respect for them as like a family unit and like as a
yeah.
like, because who do you like? Even on his most annoying day, most people got some level of respect for Human Torch, even with him being a putz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a +1, like that type shit like
he's,
that.
He's proved himself enough.
Let's talk about Iron Fist. Now here's my issue.
What about Iron Fist?
That's the thing. Here's
He's
my
not
issue.
invited.
If it was Danny Rand, I feel like he'd be. But because it's Lang Lee, I don't see that.
There's no issue.
No, 1,000%. If it was Danny Rand, he'd be going. Because it's Lang Lee, he's not going.
Yeah,
Nobody
correct.
invited Swordmaster to the cookout.
If it was Danny Rand, he'd be Power Man's +1.
Let's go with an easy win because we need it apparently. Punisher, not invited.
Not invited.
No.
Not invited. Flat out not invited.
Magic. Okay, here's the thing.
Really?
But here's
Aaron.
the thing. But here's the thing.
Really?
Okay.
Aaron,
but here,
you're
okay.
smoking.
Okay.
You want to put it to a vote? We can put it to a vote.
Aaron, I love you, buddy. You're smoking hard. If you think anybody is going out of their way to invite Magic.
It's not even
Like,
out of their way. It's just like
Who's
you
your
know, like,
+1? Piotr?
okay, but he would be going though. Like,
Why? Wait,
you wouldn't invite fucking Colossus? He'd be invited, but not going definitely. All right, Magic goes into not invited. That's the easy mode.
Okay, we skip along to the next page. Thank you.
Like I said, I'm skipping around. Luna Snow, K-pop star, decent music.
Not
Oh my god,
invited.
we did skip Luna Snow.
Wow.
Not invited.
Wow.
I also agree not invited. What do you mean, wow?
Brendan, you want to explain that?
There's nothing
What's
to
to
explain.
explain?
Why would anybody who's at this cookout invite her to this fucking cookout?
That's what
Okay.
I'm thinking.
I'm
At
assuming we're
best-
also
at
saying no to
best, she
Psylocke
would've
as
been-
well. Oh, I wouldn't
Psylocke
go,
got a
that
better
far.
chance of going than
I wouldn't go that
Psylocke
far.
got a better chance at going than Luna, and even Psylocke not going. I feel like Psylocke
Yeah.
at absolute best, I feel like would be invited and not going, and solely because of Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because her and Storm are cool. Squirrel Girl. Right? Because she's like fun.
She's fun, but I don't know anyone who would go out of their way to invite
Invited,
Doreen.
though. Yeah. I just don't. I feel like she just wouldn't be invited. They'd be like, yeah, like she's nice, but like not hang out outside of work. Nice,
Maybe
if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I
let's
get
be
that.
for real. How often, like, even if we took like real comic scenarios as an example, like as a blueprint, how often do we ever see Doreen with them in like a large group setting? 'Cause,
Right.
I mean, she is
Like,
part
if-
of the Avengers now because she was around when they were fighting like Doom and stuff. But
She is
Right.
part of the Avengers now. She was with the U.S. Avengers when that was established. It's like where, but like how often? Like you hear people referencing the comic panel of her and Wolverine having that awkward moment. How many
Right.
how many other moments do we often have like that with her interacting with people in a large scale setting consistently?
true.
True. Yeah.
Alright, so then not invited, but not because we don't want to, just because.
Right.
We can't think of any reason why you would be there.
Exactly.
Right. It's
There's
just not that type of setting.
Like our hate for her in Rivals does not translate to this. She's a
No.
great person. We just don't know why she would be here.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
In contrast, Venom is just not invited. What do you mean?
Are we talking more recent iterations of Venom?
I'm talking
Right.
Eddie Brock Venom.
You know what? No. Let's keep it fair. To keep it 1,000. If we're not bringing Jeff, we're not bringing Jeff for the same reasons we're not bringing
Then
Venom.
And
we're
if we're
not
not,
bringing
and we're
Venom.
not bringing
Yeah,
Venom for the same reasons that
yeah.
we're not bringing the Hulk. Like,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, if we're not gonna bring them,
We're
then
not. We're not bringing Venom for the same reasons we're not bringing
It
Magneto.
would be
We're
just
not
as
taking account for that.
destructive.
exactly.
We're
Like,
not.
yeah, like
We're,
that.
we're
Yeah.
not. That's alien melanin. That's fake melanin. You're not actually black, my guy.
Alien melanin.
You're not actually black, my guy. You're not coming.
Also, if Spidey's
Oh
there,
my
there's no way in
God.
hell Venom can be there. Like,
Right.
that's...
If we invite Peter,
Oh yeah.
Peter in a world where Peter pulls up, we will lose Peter as friends for life if we invite Venom.
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, so I'm never talking to y'all ever again.
Scarlet Witch,
No.
No.
but Doctor Strange though.
Yeah.
Wanda also has issues with mutants.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
Storm
thought
would
she
be
got
down
over.
with
I
that.
thought she got over that though.
I feel like she has
What?
too much beef going on, too much conflicting beef going on with too many people
I
at
feel that. I feel
Like,
that.
any given moment.
Like, it's not like Aurora herself. Like, you know how Storm is. She herself would be fine, but she probably wouldn't want to bring her because it would be messy with everybody else.
Yeah, it's too much babysitting to worry about, and you don't want that.
Yep.
That makes sense. Wolverine, invited.
You know Wolverine's gonna be invited. I feel like Wolverine would fall under invited but not go.
I was about to say, I was gonna think invited but not go, just because he also just doesn't seem like he just wouldn't.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like, there's enough people there that were invited that if they
Yeah.
showed up, he'd be fine if he did go.
yeah,
I just don't think Logan would go. Like, the thing being there gives him somebody to hang out with. Captain
would
Buck
give the-
gives him somebody out of there. Depending
Yeah.
on the universe, he'd be fucking Aurora.
He'd probably get the invite and then probably like go to the bar or something instead, or just
Real
not,
shit.
you know.
yeah.
Or at most, he'd be the person that pops up for 5 minutes, says hi, grabs a beer, and dips.
No, exactly. He's like, "Hey, can I have this whiskey?" And then leaves.
Just immediately leaves.
He's like, "I'm gonna take this."
Walks in with a keg, leaves with a different keg.
Swaps out his empty keg for the full one.
Exactly. No one notices.
T'Challa. Yes, Steven. Did we have more than one keg here? We did not, Steven. Then how did he... I stopped asking questions about that man years ago.
Exactly. Let's talk about Jean Grey, specifically Phoenix Jean Grey.
No.
Okay,
Not invited, I feel like.
but would normal Jean Grey be invited?
Oh, 1,000%.
I was about to say, I think
So
not
it-
Phoenix.
It is
Yeah.
because of the Phoenix is why she's not being invited.
I would think
1,000%.
so. Yeah.
All right,
Kind of
let's
like
keep-
Scarlet Witch. Too much beef.
All right, exactly. Let's keep it 1,000. If it's regular Jean, Storm, if there's one character, Storm, love her some Jean Grey. You know she's bringing Jean.
Absolutely.
If she
Absolutely.
had the opportunity
That's her
to.
girl.
Daredevil, Matt Murdock.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really sure. I guess.
I feel like he'd be invited but not going because if
Yeah,
he has to
but even if
represent
he
them in
wasn't
court, he
invited-
wants to be able to be like,
He'd be like, nah. Like, if any of you are ever my clients, like, I can't be going to cookouts with y'all.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Invited but not going. Gambit is invited.
Yeah, I would say yes. Yeah, Gambit. I would say yeah. Like he's just kind of like one of those. Yeah. He must have disconnected.
The DC is real at the very end.
Insane.
Even though Rogue is not technically in the game yet, her picture's here, so I'm just going to use it. I'm assuming Rogue and Gambit basically is invited simultaneously because they're a
Well,
package.
because even if you don't, they're gonna go +1 anyway.
Exactly.
So
Like they're a package deal, and Rogue is obviously part of the X-Men and everything else. It's like that's the thing. Like
Right.
Storm is definitely inviting both of them. I feel
Yep.
like Rogue first, and then be like, oh yeah, also bring Remy, like shit like that too.
absolutely.
So, Penny Parker. we're back at it again.
Revisiting
Because,
that.
like I said, I
that.
put her back into the pile and put her at the very bottom because I want to talk about her last. What are we doing with Penny Parker? Like,
I just feel like, because I mean, I think coupled with her age, but I know you said like about, or I know someone said about the kids, but I feel like just coupled with her age and like, I just feel like it's not really a thing that she would either A, really go to per se,
So
or B,
Spider-Man,
be invited to.
so Spider-Man's going. So there's a
Right,
non-0%
okay.
chance that he would also invite Penny, because it's like, like he is, despite the fact he's also a workaholic, he is kind of one of those people just like, hey, you can't just work all the time. So like I feel like
Right.
he'd be the one to be like, hey, Penny, like I'm going to this thing or whatever. There's gonna be a bunch of Avengers there. Like you should
Maybe
totally
like
come.
Big Brother type of deal.
Yeah, like I feel like she'd be invited but not going because she
Yeah,
would.
I think maybe she would be a little like I feel like she wouldn't really have much in common with many of the people that would be going. I
Yeah,
think if she knew more people, it would be different. I think maybe if it was more like a different roster of people,
yeah.
then she might be more open to it, you know?
So for right now, I'm gonna put her in invited but not going, because she'd be invited by Peter, then realize I
Right.
don't really work with any of these people.
Mhm. Yep.
And thank all of you for actually watching things. Thank you all so much for actually watching. Let us know down in the actual comments if we did anything wrong, or you want to move anyone up, or give reasonings as to why Jeff totally should be in here. I'm not just saying it because Brendan can't talk currently.
He's gonna come back yelling.
Legit. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next one.